everyone, it's Katsumi, and today I'm summoning the cards for a timeless reading. So whenever you find this, trust that there's a message here meant for you. Now let's see what energies are surrounding you at this time and what adventures await you. Ooh, so first off, we got the guide. So some of you are going to come into some sort of inheritance, okay? Some sort of correction needed to be made. We got this in a previous reading as well. So it looks to be that the universe wants to let you know. And something around divine timing as well with that inheritance. So for those of you who are coming into an inheritance, a correction is being made and you'll receive it at the very right time. It looks like someone might have also tried to steal this inheritance or like seize the moment because of selfishness. So yeah, that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry for those of you who are affected by that. But it looks like through determination and, whether that be on your side or on your behalf from a family member or someone who is close, it looks like everything will work out and there's certainty and a sense of correction being made there. Yeah, there's also a little bit of divine timing in terms of things being evaluated in general, in terms of the adventure that's awaiting you. And that might just purely be due to different viewpoints, different controlling narratives that are kind of surfacing in your reality at this time. And that might also bring forth a little bit of overthinking, and some action might need to be taken as well. So we get a bit of like this like smithing of some sort of outcome. So it does look like things will eventually wrap itself up with the smith, but it's just taking action and kind of being bold about things. There's a little bit of deceptive energy and trickery coming forth here, but for the most part, it looks to be that everything will work out in your favor. We do have a little bit of mentorship in your journey as well around finances. Ooh, okay. And there's a little bit of like wilderness happening in terms of like wildness there. So maybe like you're kind of jumping into the finances in terms of the mentorship around things. And it's kind of like walking into a forest. You're not really sure how to navigate it at this time. So having a mentor is really going to guide you forth. And yeah, just going back to that sense of just like the deception that's happening, it's really putting a wrench in things at the moment. But things are working out. You do have the wrench in place. Yeah. And it's just like the perfect sandwich, right? Things will eventually wrap up and come into place like a perfect sandwich. Every layer on its own may not be perfect, but the accumulation or the combined efforts of that sandwich makes it a perfect sandwich. And togetherness, right? So there's definitely some sense of union happening, whether that be through the inheritance, but people are really like pulling themselves together. I was getting like almost like picking themselves up or pulling themselves up, but there is a sense of togetherness here too, which is why things are going into like a bit of change here for you. So you have that the collaborative, I always say calibration, but anytime I'm saying collaborating, which is very interesting, but you have this collaborative spirit around you, so much so that people are putting in their efforts to make something great. You have a lot of great depth occurring too. So there's things that are popping up related to inheritance, or there's corrections being made in different viewpoints and control. It almost feels like the mass, like the depths of the sea, it's so like expansive to the point where it almost is like, I'm almost getting like it's hard to submerge through it all, but together corrections will be made. Things will be able to come into light. Ooh, some of you are going to be getting a little bit of mischief happening in your next adventure. Some mischievous parties, but that makes a lot of sense with the different viewpoints and control. And like people are kind of closing themselves out to certain perspectives. Perhaps they don't want to help each other out here or there. They're just kind of closing themselves out. And there's some sense of treasure being involved, and that might very well be the inheritance as well, or just something that you are gaining from another family member. I feel as though like it's not just like an inheritance overall. It might just be like something that's being passed down from generation to generation and someone else wanted it or something, right? And there's like a bit of a whoops, like a milk spilled situation. Almost like people are spoiling the how do you say, like almost spoiling a good thing. Because like people can like drink milk and they like see it as like a as a very like enjoyable drink, but if it's spilled, it becomes spoiled and you can't enjoy it anymore. But you are having a sense of victory coming forth here as well. Ooh. And difficult truths. Yep. Difficult truths, but you're having a victory coming from that. And you're being rescued on this new adventure, okay? Very, very cool. So some of you are going to be having conversations with individuals. I'm getting like this group intervention thing happening, and that's going to have a very fruitful outcome. But at the same time, there's going to be like one person that all of you are going to be working towards like helping and like rescuing as well. Because I could see, it's very interesting that we have like the great depths here. Someone's almost like stranded, like I got like stranded, like stranded themselves. I almost got like strangle as well. Like they're suffocating almost their ability to like be rescued or something. Like almost like they're preventing themselves from being rescued. Yeah, like they almost kind of want to distance themselves, but through additional discovery and understanding, it looks like, you know, the bigger perspective might be able to shine a light to them. And also below the deck, we have secrets revealed. So maybe this person here who might have tried to kind of close out on the treasures and like what was happening, like almost like a whoops, like that wasn't my fault kind of thing. They kind of just like wanted to almost like shy away or close out any other outside of opinion. So they kind of like isolated themselves. They might come into this perspective of like giving that difficult truth through intervention of some kind or through in this like this group environment, which is going to reveal like this secret, which is also going to showcase like some sort of mischievous behavior in the background, but it's going to lead to victory of some kind. So that's very interesting. Yep, something hidden. Very interesting that we have that on the bottom of the deck there, underneath secrets revealed. But yeah, so let me actually like pull that out as well, since it's like associated to the secrets revealed. But let's dig into the past, present, future, into the near outcomes, just to get a little bit more of those energies. So yeah, you have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is all about having a sense of stability. You're coming forth in a very like wise way in your near adventure, and there's wealth coming in for you for sure, right? And it's very reliable wealth. You're also showing up at like a leader, okay? And in the current situation, you're dropping the drama, and that makes quite a lot of sense too, because within your past situation, you're just very stable, and in the current situation, this mischievousness because of the hidden secrets occurring, you just kind of have to just drop the drama of things. You have the 6, 7, 8 of swords. So the 8 of swords is all about deception, fear. There's secrets happening, mental blockages, right? Yeah, a lot of secrets, and you're just cutting out that drama on your next adventure here. But in the current situation, right? Well, not current situation, but in the near future, you're able to have a good laugh. So despite all the craziness and hecticness of the situation, you're gonna be able to have a good laugh about it, and it won't be alone, you know. So with the Queen of Wands, it's all about having a sense of confidence. You're coming at this with more leadership as well, which is really nice to see. You're being able to create and just almost come at things with a sense of compassion. Through your warmth that the Queen of Wands is showcasing here, which is really nice. So you're just able to laugh things off despite the hidden secrets occurring. But you're also very determined too, right? So you have a level of like, just almost like you're on top of this hill and you're able to take on anything. Because with the Knight of Swords, it's all about like coming forth with like action, decisiveness. You know what you want to do. There's a little bit of like aggression and rush pushing forward too, and that might be surfacing through other parties as well, because the swords is like that air, and it's like bringing forth truth, conflict, and thought. So you're getting a little bit of that in your environment as well. But let's check out what's happening with their runes as well. Ooh, okay, interesting. 11-17. Ooh, okay. So what is that? November, December. So November 17. Okay, might be of significance. Some craziness might happen. That's kind of your like holidays too, right around the corner from December, which is really interesting. I'm getting like Thanksgiving vibes too for some reason. I think that's like November, October, December vibes, right? So something to keep in mind. I was getting like Thanksgiving where everyone's coming together and like that might be when some kind of craziness happens. So either that's this year or the next year, who knows. But 11/17 might just be like, a birthday or a special day in particular, or just a day of the month or week, all right? Okay, and you also have Hagalas, which is about disruption and chaos, which is really interesting how it landed on Secrets Revealed, right? So with that, there's going to be some sudden changes occurring. There's a bit of a crisis popping up through this secret being revealed, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it will be able to be transformed through the disruption and destruction occurring around it, right? You also have Ingwas, and Ingwas is about potential, fertility. You're kind of like seeing a sense of like completion occurring. So that's when it's interesting that we have Hagalas, which is about destructive, challenging things happening, and then with something being hidden and being revealed, it's like, oh, you have that like the completion of everything, like something hidden and revealed. Like it's very nice to like see that like come together, right? And then we also have Fehu. Fehu is all about like wealth and prosperity. It landed on the like mischievous and like the inheritance card, which is really, really interesting to see too. And so with that, there's going to be some material gain, new beginnings, abundance coming through, earned income, and yeah, you're just seeing a lot of like abundance coming through in your next adventure, which is really, really cool. So yeah, those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. And if it resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.